Hi, I'm Peyton.
And I'm Sam. Welcome to the BHS Update.
Our first video is an artist profile on
Bailey White. Check it out.
One is called Florence and the Fox. I'm absolutely in love with this piece. It's done all in acrylic in my own original style, which is one of the reasons I am just in love with it. A lot of it was done in nail polish, like the binoculars, her eyeshadow, and her nails. It took me a really long time to do this one, but I think it's one of the best. This next fall, I'm going to be attending Minot State to be an art teacher, so that's really exciting. This is actually a piece from last year, but it's one of my favorites. It's done in coffee, which is really neat because the way you do it in coffee is you just lay down the coffee once and you have to continuously go over it when it's dry to make it darker. This is one of the only pieces that I've ever taken from an actual picture, which is why it's not one of my favorites, but I still like it. This one is done in watercolor and in ink. I'm really struggling with naming it, so I have no idea what to even call it. It was actually really fun to do this one because I would just lay down the watercolor and then I'd use an air gun to push it everywhere. And it was actually originally supposed to be a flapper girl, but I think it turned into like something completely different. I guess what inspired me, oh, I don't know. Anyone can just pick up a pencil or a crayon. I guess I started with crayons and I still do crayon portraits, but it's just wanting to be able to go further in it and being able to look at people who are better than you and saying, oh, but I could do better. This one is all about cultural appropriateness. So it has 3 famous Indian chiefs, the most famous being Sitting Bull on here. And then it has kind of an average white girl being super inappropriate in the tribal bikini top wearing the headdress. So it's just super inappropriate. And I did it for our social statements in art this year. It's done in coffee and in watercolor.
Hey Peyton, you watch baseball, right?
yeah.
Well, here's a recap of the World Series, man.
The 2014 World Series has recently come to an end, with the San Francisco Giants defeating the Kansas City Royals in 7 games. This is the 3rd time in the last 5 years that the Giants have won the World Series behind manager Bruce Bochy. This year, Pablo Sandoval set a postseason record with 26 hits, and Madison Bumgarner won the MVP, going 2-0 with a .43 ERA and 1 save in 21 innings pitched. He also won a truck,
which is the all-new 2015 Chevy Colorado. It combines class-winning and leading, technology and stuff with...
Now that Major League Baseball's offseason is completely underway, Rob Manfred, in his first season as commissioner, will look to make some big changes for the game of baseball.
It's a baseball, and I think there's a huge amount of consensus about certain types of efforts that we will be undertaking to move the game forward. I think in particular the modernization of the game.
Some of baseball's younger fans have complained that the game of baseball is too long and gets boring after a certain amount of time. Personally, I feel that true baseball fans love the game for what it is, but nonetheless the league is looking to make changes. These ideas include a pitching clock, which would limit the amount of time a pitcher has between pitches, or limiting mound visits or pitching changes, among other things.
Cool. Hey, did you know we have a store in the school?
You mean like the school store?
Yeah, that's what it's called actually. Check it out.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, first of all, in order to work in the school store, you have to have some business and marketing classes.
To work in the school store, you have to take a semester of marketing or sports marketing, and then after that you take school-based enterprise.
They can apply apply much of what they learn and even go beyond that and learn firsthand experience in the retail industry.
The purpose of the school store is to raise money for FBLA and just to gain marketing experience.
Last year, Mrs. Savicle was the coordinator that ran the school store, and she taught some of our marketing classes here at Bismarck High. She actually took another job, so that opened up some of our other coursework to teach, which I picked up a couple of different classes along with the school store. So this is my first year.
The school store is open periods 1, 2, 4, and 5 and has a large selection of foods, drinks, and even demon apparel ranging from shirts, sweatshirts, hats, shorts, and also a large range of school supplies.
Jaden Scott made a video on ISIS, and it's a really serious topic. Check it out.
ISIS is a terrorist organization that has been pledged to Al-Qaeda since 2004, but last February they split with them, largely because ISIS was too brutal, even for Al-Qaeda. Their goal has remained the same. They want a complete failure of the government in Iraq and are striving for their own country. As of now, ISIS holds a fairly significant amount of territory in Iraq and Syria. On September 10th, the U.S. launched a strategy for destroying ISIS, focusing around air war in both countries, and since those attacks have done little to slow them down, Obama has developed a new strategy dramatically expanding the airstrikes and are no longer limited to protecting regular citizens. This plan was launched on September 22nd, when American warplanes struck ISIS and Al-Qaeda targets. ISIS has yet to be slowed down by anyone. Despite all of the threats and attacks, ISIS remains very focused and confident about what they are doing.
يا جبناء إن كنتم رجال فنحن على الأرض فلا تأتون بالطائرات من دون طيار فأتوا بجنودكم الذين مرغنا أنوفهم في العراق وبإذن الله سوف نمرق أنوفهم بكل مكان وإن شاء الله بالبيت الأبيض سوف نرفع على راية لا إله إلا الله.
The head of ISIS has recently threatened to invade Russia at the beginning of winter due to their involvement in Syria. Many laughed at the idea, but at the rate ISIS is growing and gathering supplies, Russia is taking this very, very seriously and is hoping to stop ISIS for good.
Well, that was it for your BHS update. I'm Peyton. And I'm Sam.
Get up, it's time to slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. All right.